Paano kung kailangan ko na ng space? Yung space na hindi nakakasakal, kung saan nakakahinga ka ng maayos. Yung space na nagpapalaya, pati malapit din sa mga important things in my life. Okay, you guessed it, this actually isn't the breakup kind of space. I'm talking about the literal space, like a home. A condo that fits your needs right now and your goals in the near future. Whether you're a working student fed up with long commutes, an OFW finally coming home, or a couple starting fresh, Euro Towers can help. Their projects, Vivaldi Residences in Cubao and in Davao, as well as Milan Residenza in Fairview, are built in prime locations near everything: schools, malls, transport hubs, hospitals. They're literally close to the things that matter, giving you the perfect balance of convenience and comfort right at your doorstep. And hindi lang to basta condo. They prioritize hotel-inspired amenities, a safety-first design, and even offer flexible ownership options that make moving into your own space feel less overwhelming and just more exciting. So, paano kung ito na yung sign to make that move? Euro Towers. Be close to what matters most, where comfort meets your everyday needs.
The Pod Network Entertainment.
Day 196. Paano kung na-love bomb ako?
Hi, I'm Joelle. I talk for a living and I'm an overthinker. Life keeps going and the questions keep coming, but I hope you find comfort in the fact na hindi ka mag-isa. Ang dami nating overthinker, no? Sa ups and downs, twists and turns ng buhay, paano kung ituloy lang natin ang paghanap ng kasagutan? Ready? Tara! This is Joelle's podcast, Paano Kung, powered by the Pod Network.
Hello, overthinker. Kamusta ang puso? Welcome back to another overthinking session. O, diba? Pero, this overthinking session always has intention to feel, to find direction, or maybe to do something about it. If you're new here, I would appreciate a follow. If it isn't too much to ask, you listening, commenting, and rating the podcast goes a long way. So thank you so much for that support. Today, usapang love bombing tayo. Paano kung na-love bomb ako? Have you ever been love bombed? Maybe you heard it online. Maybe you have done it yourself. Whether sinadya mo o hindi. Pero, eto, didefine na natin in case you need like a definition that's clear. So, according to Cleveland Clinic, love bombing is a form of psychological and emotional abuse that involves a person going above and beyond for you in an effort to manipulate you into a relationship with them or to do something actually. Basically, binobomba ka ng pagmamahal ng mga magagandang pangako, ng regalo o atensyon in order to make you fall for them or to just keep you around. It looks different on everyone and sometimes it's also done unintentionally. So, I feel like it's a common occurrence sa atin, especially dahil may ligaw culture tayo. So, it happens quite often. At that time, we didn't really have a name for it before, but when you think about it, especially yung parang old school style ng panliligaw, very love bombing, yung parang mahal kita, papakita ko sa'yo na mahal kita, gagawin ko to, this, and that, sasabihin ko to sa'yo para piliin mo ko, when in fact they have barely even gotten the time to get to know each other. So in a way, that kind of is. I'm thankful that in a way, like in recent days, diba, medyo nagbago na ang konsepto ng dating. But it's important to kind of keep in mind where it came from. So, today, we'll be reading some paano kung questions ng mga overthinkers na na-love bomb. Also saying hello, what's up, to those hanging out on my TikTok live right now. I just decided to have fun and do this a little bit just to test yung mga tumatambay lang on TikTok. Kung nakaka-relate kayo, sige, mag-shoutout na tayo kay Cherry, kay Usaki, kay user 9917, kay I Am Maldita. I'll get to your questions after this. What is up? But yeah, you can watch this when this comes out next week. But I mean, you guys can see it already. Hi, Ian. Ayan, mga nagpapa-shoutout dyan. Ate Serat Aranyas Odelot. Hi, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this. All right, so now we're gonna get to the questions sent to us by our listeners. Tanong ni ERP. Paano kung na-love bomb ako? Hi ate, bakit kaya ganon? It's kinda manipulative na pinaasa niya ako. Ang dali lang naman mag-reject. Kung ayaw, ang dali lang namang maging honest. Pero hindi niya ginawa. Parang sinabi niya today na, oo, gusto niya ako, tapos kinabukasan, ewan na lang. Meron pa yung part na nung give up na ako sa kanya, nagchat-chat-chat pa siya sa mga kaibigan namin na kesyo ako yung ideal man niya. Kung ready na siyang mag-boyfriend ulit, ako sana ang magiging boyfriend niya. Tapos, nung bumalik ako, naging cold, then warm, then cold, then warm siya. Tapos, after 5 months, na naghihintay ako sa kanya, nalaman ko na dalawa kaming nanligaw sa kanya. Nilinaw ko naman sa kanya na ayoko ng ganun, na kung may ibang nanliligaw sa kanya, sabihin niya sa akin, so I can back out. Pero nagalit pa siya sa kaibigan namin na nagsabi na may ibang nanliligaw sa kanya. Nagalit ako nun sa kanya. Nagrant ako sa kanya, then sabi niya, nagustuhan din naman kita, pero natatakot ako na katulad ka nila. She's pertaining to those who cheated on her before. Hindi naman ako ganung tao, ate. Naging loyal pa nga ako at pinapakita ko pa sa kanya yung mga laman ng social media ko, pati ang mga messages ko. Naka-move on naman ako, kaso napapaisip na lang ako, bakit ganon? Bakit laging nasa choices lang ako? Bakit ako ang laging bagsakan kapag busy or nawala yung favorite nilang tao? It's like wala silang pake sa nararamdaman ko. Hi, ERP or ERP. Sobrang emotionally charged ng question mo and sobrang gets ko kasi nakakagago naman talaga yung nangyari. There are questions on questions and we'll try to answer as much as we can. First, sagutin muna natin, bakit ba ito nangyayari? Bakit ba nagla-love bomb ang mga tao? So according to psychologist Gary Lewandowski, in a Wonder Mind article that he wrote, here are some reasons. Nagla-love bomb ang mga tao to gain trust easily before doing a 180 and putting you down. Ano yan, parang they make you feel loved and then when you have fallen, biglang, ha! Gaganon. Another reason is to distract you from their sketchy qualities. Like, alam nila medyo problematic, pero idadaan na lang sa pagmamahal para hindi mo mapansin. Another reason is pwede rin to have the upper hand, yung mga tipong, ginawa ko to for you, so dapat gawin mo rin ito for me. Another reason, people with an anxious attachment style, yung may insecurities sa relationships, they tend to love bomb para they can get closer faster and to keep you around. Kumbaga parang ma-lockdown ka na, so let me just like shower you with love para ako na lang yung piliin mo bago pa may ibang dumating. Now, Dr. Lewandowski also says now there's also like a study that suggests having narcissistic tendencies were associated with love bombing behaviors para ma-boost ang self-image nila. So, it's important for me to clarify that the intention isn't always malicious. Other possible reasons could be because that's the only way they know how to love kasi ganun yung parents nila. Or maybe they experienced something like this in past relationships na ganun lang yung alam nilang klaseng pagmamahal. Pwedeng galing lang sila sa shitty relationship and they get excited by the possibility of someone new who is much better than the last shitty relationship. So they get caught up sa feelings nila and just get really excited. So for your specific situation, ERP, as to why this happened, all I could do is share some theories kasi obviously hindi ko naman kayo kilala. But it seems like there's a lot of unresolved issues from her past relationship. Kasi may takot siya about cheating. That could be true, but it could also be an excuse keeping her from moving forward. I mean, you can be the most reassuring, loving person, pero if mas malaki yung takot na mangyari ulit na mag-cheat, yun pa rin yung magwawagi. Even if you just be the kindest and loving person that you are. Pwede rin na hindi siya sigurado kung ano ang gusto niya at hindi siya naging malinaw sa sarili niya. And if she's not clear sa sarili niya, you can't exactly expect her to be clear to you, to be clear to others. Kasi siya nga, hindi niya alam kung anong gusto niya. Another possibility is natatakot siyang i-reject ka agad because maybe there's a part of her that wants to try or just wants the safety of having someone who likes her. Parang available option ka, kumbaga. But one thing is clear, dun sa hot and cold treatment niya sa'yo, it's not a clear, resounding, yes, I want to date you. And what have we learned so far over the past 190 plus episodes? If it's not a clear yes, then it is a clear no. Nagpakadora patuloy tayo dito. Is it a red flag? Possible na pinaasa ka niya. Pero maybe you can ask yourself, bakit ka umaasa kahit na ang labo niya? And when you reflect on everything that happened, did her actions and words match enough for you to believe in a possibility of a future together? Or baka ikaw lang ang nag-fill in ng gaps? You had these like fragmented pieces of information, tas parang ginanong-ganon mo na lang kasi mas naniwala ka sa possibility of your future. And finally, to answer your last questions, bakit laging nasa choices lang ako? I think you meant to say option. Kasi, to clarify lang, no, options are the things to choose from. Yung choice refers to what is selected from the options. So, parang options, option, and then if you choose this, that is the choice. So, yeah. With that aside, everything and everyone in our life is an option. Everything is a possibility. Lahat tayo ay option. So ang tanong, will you stay as an option? If you will, how long? You want to be chosen, so anong pwede mong gawin para maging choice? Tinanong mo rin, bakit ako laging bagsakan kapag busy or nawala yung favorite nilang tao? So, kung lagi itong nangyayari sa'yo, ano yung mga common experiences that lead you to this situation? Pag busy or nawala yung favorite nilang tao, why do you make yourself available? Do you hope to be chosen kahit na obvious na hindi ikaw yung unang pinipili? And if you find out that there are other options to choose from, do you choose to stay? Or nakakaalis ka ba agad? Or do you stay para baka mapili ka, ganon? Another important question is, kailan mo ba pipiliin ang sarili mo? Kailan mo ipaprioritize yung feelings mo, especially when things are no longer aligned? Hindi naman talaga masaya maramdaman na parang walang pake sa'yo ang mga tao, especially if you like someone. But a lesson I've learned was hindi naman iniisip ng mga tao yun eh. Alam mo yun, the first thought isn't, wala akong pake sa feelings ni ERP. So sasaktan ko na lang siya. No. It's usually, what do I want? What serves me? What do I want at this point in time? So, instead of spending your energy on, bakit wala siyang pake sa akin? Why not pour all that pake to you instead? Why not shift to, paano kung I care for myself instead and walk away from the situations na malabo? From people who don't seem to know what they want. And by doing this, you allow yourself to create space for opportunities and relationships who are more aligned with you and with what you want.
All right. Welcome to the Halo Halo Show. We're on a quest to save Manila traffic from boredom.
Quest? What are you, Frodo?
Shh, I'm trying to tell them about our podcast. On a quest to save Manila traffic from boredom.
Yeah, I'm bored.
Can you do better?
Okay. Welcome to the most awesome podcast in the whole universe.
Maybe not the universe.
Listen to the Halo Halo Show, where we talk about what's trending in the Philippines, among other things.
Yeah, we talk about our lives, make fun of each other, and we really will save you from boredom.
Yeah, it's our quest! Grab your swords! And your headphones.
Listen to the Halo Halo Show.
Stream it on all your favorite podcast platforms.
August asks, paano kung na-victim ako ng love bombing? Hi, Ate Joelle. I haven't been in a relationship for more than 3 years. And as a result, I've found peace within myself. I also no longer feel jealous of people who are in relationships or resentful of those who aren't. Simply put, I was content and happy with what I had. Then I met this guy. He sent me a message online. I responded a few days later, and we started talking and getting to know one another. Everything has been going great. He has been really sweet to me, never missed an opportunity to update me, and started asking for my permission. It was as if we were together na. I have never felt more loved, cared for, or pursued. Without knowing, my world had already begun to revolve around him because he gave me hope that a future could exist between us. But then, without even giving me a good reason, out of nowhere, he abruptly said that he wanted to break things off with me. I acted as if I didn't give a fuck and said sure, just because I didn't think I had any other choice than to accept it, because he seemed so sure about his decision. But deep inside, I was really hurt and I started questioning everything that he said to me before. A few days later, I found out that there's another girl. My heart dropped when I learned this and I was devastated. I feel as though I was the victim of a love bomb situation. Since then, 2 weeks have passed, but I don't believe I've made any progress towards moving on. My friends keep telling me to stop it already, and I understand where they're coming from, but as much as I want to, it's not that easy. Help, please. Hi, August. I don't agree with your friends who are telling you to stop it na kasi it's only been 2 weeks. So be kind to yourself. They seem to have made it very clear na maybe they can't support you in the way that you would want them to. And that should be okay kasi boundary nila yon. But it does not mean na you're not allowed to grieve what happened. So, what you said based on your kwento, it definitely does look like you were love bombed for your benefit and for whoever may be listening na hindi sigurado. Ayan, kayo ding mga nakikinig dito. Kung feel nyo na love bomb kayo pero hindi kayo sigurado, let me walk you through some signs of love bombing from Psychology Today. So, it's an overflow of attention, extravagant gifts, making bold statements, or big promises like you're their soulmate, everything they've been looking for, or even as early or as intense as saying, I love you, kahit hindi pa kayo nagkakakilala masyado. There's also early and serious talks of the future. Parang papakilala ka na agad sa friends, sa family niya, pag kinasal kayo, pag nag-move in together, ganon. And similar to that, it's also rushing into commitment like marriage or moving in together after just a few dates. There's also excessive praise and flattery. Like, oh my God, like nakakalaki talaga ng ulo na, oh my God, you feel like you're the best person in the whole wide world. But then you literally just met. There's also the desire to talk to you and to see you as often as possible. Parang, oh, you're so amazing. Can we see each other again? I want to see you tonight. I want to see you every day. Mga ganyan. Call, ganyan. However, or ignoring the boundaries that you have set. Madalas nangyayari ito sa simula. Or hindi kaya pag nagkakaroon ng disagreements. So, sometimes, nang-love bomb to kind of win you back. After some time, ang madalas na nangyayari ay wini-withdraw ang attention. Either magsisimula na siyang maging malabo or di kaya iiwanan ka na niya completely. Paano kung na-love bomb ako? What can I do? If you ever find yourself in a situation na you were love bombed and then left all of a sudden for whatever reason and trying to figure out parang how to pick up the pieces, whether dahil may bago siya or ginost ka or kung ano man, here are things that you can do about it. According to Noah Williams of Marriage.com, medyo pinaraphrase ko yung some bits of this, but one is don't blame yourself because it's not about you. It's really about the love bomber. Walang mali sa'yo and there was nothing you could or could not have done differently to change the outcome kasi that's really how it was going to turn out. Behavior niya yon. Choices niya yon. And aware siya. 2, go, malungkot ka, pero set a time limit. Siyempre, masakit to be absolutely in love one moment, to feel loved, to feel accepted. Tapos, the next moment when they pull away or that they suddenly end things, parang, what the fuck, what happened? So, it's a real heart fuck, like mind fuck, pero sa puso. Kasi nga, andyan ka and then nasasanay ka na rin eh. You're starting to fall deeper in love and then all of a sudden, they kind of just like it never happened. So, let yourself cry and grieve the version that you thought you knew, the story that you created in your head. Pero syempre, life moves on and you should be able to allow yourself to do that too. 3, resist the urge to seek closure. Eto, nakaka-tempt talagang habulin siya at tanungin ng kung ano-ano. Bakit mo to ginawa sa akin? Hindi mo ba alam na nakakasakit ka? Do you know what you're doing right now? I know you might want to hear from them, to maybe say sorry, to maybe explain things, to maybe take you back and say, I made a mistake, to hear an apology. But closure comes from you. It comes from accepting what happened. Kung gusto mong mag-release ng feelings mo, kasi hindi mo pa siya nalalabas, kung gusto mong i-express, you can write a letter that you will never send to this person. Write it all down or type that long text. However way you feel, type, write, whatever. And then you can burn it. You can tear it up. Or you can record a video para masabi mo lang lahat ng gusto mong sabihin. I don't know if you guys watched Netflix's Too Much. Tapos, it talks about this, like, the main girl there, parang naging coping mechanism niya yung isang, like, IG burner account where she basically just rants and rants and rants her frustrations towards this person. So yeah, a lot of things happened after that, but I think that's a nice way to kind of cope as well. 4, part of moving forward is taking time to reflect on the red flags na baka na-miss mo. Siyempre, kasi while you're in the moment, hindi mo napapansin eh. But with a clearer mind, with everything that's happened, maybe take time to look back and think, how fast did we move? What were the overly emotionally charged things na sinabi niya na hindi nagmamatch sa actions niya? Ano yung mga pangako na hindi niya ginawa? What were things you already felt were super sketchy, were super sus, pero in-ignore mo? So, magandang time to listen to yourself more so that you can spot these if mangyari man ito ulit in the future. I fell in love with someone who like really love bombed so much. And those things were very helpful for me when I moved forward as I met different people in life. So, magandang data point sila. And 5, come back home to yourself. Do the things that bring you joy. Pour that love back to you. Kasi nawala yung parang one of the sources. So, give it back to yourself. Discover new hobbies. Look for the at least nangyari to. At least alam mo na. At least you know where you can go now moving forward. And be grateful for the lessons. How can you avoid it next time? You may ask. Hindi ka magiging love bomb proof, but these might help also. If you meet someone new, take moments to question what they say and observe na agad-agad if nagmamatch yung words and actions nila. Set boundaries, communicate kung saan ka komportable or if it's something that you're not comfortable with. Tapos tingnan mo kung paano sila mag-respond sa mga boundaries na sineset mo. Not just once, but as time goes on. Next, take time to get to know them. Ito talaga yung pinaka, anti-love bomb. Because it's so easy to put in all the effort when you meet someone, but it's not easy to sustain it. So take the time to see if you also actually like this person for who they are, not for what they do for you and what they show you. Check if they're consistent. Kasama na rin to. Hindi lang sa'yo, pero pati na rin sa ibang tao around them. It's important to observe how they treat others and the company they keep. It will tell you a lot about the person. Kaya ako talaga, I like saying na it's important to talk about past relationships to see like what went wrong, why didn't it work out, what did they do to contribute to the end of the relationship kasi parang may accountability and you kind of get a sense of what this person did. And next, trust yourself most. That you're gonna listen more this time at hindi ka may in love agad-agad. And kung alam mo na may in love ka agad-agad, you set those boundaries to protect you. And if you do get hurt, magtiwala ka na babangon ka ulit and that your love is infinite. hanggang dito na muna tayo. Sana nakatulong yon. Nakarelate ba kayo? Naramdaman nyo na ba yon? Share your love bomb experience in the comment section just so maybe another overthinker could feel less alone. Kasi sometimes pag nangyayari siya, may onting hiya na, oh my gosh, I can't believe I fell for this. So it might make you feel isolated, but it happens to everyone. Well, not everyone. It happens to the best of us. So comment. If nakarelate ka, comment how you move forward. I'd appreciate it so much. If pagkatapos nyo pakinggan lahat ng mga episodes ay meron kayong paano kung na hindi ko pa nasasagot, well, go to hailing.me/JoelloWell or check my bio on Instagram @JoelloWell for the paano kung Google form. If you want more of this, a follow and 5 stars would help a lot. And yeah, I'll see you on the next episode. But yeah, this is where we end for now. Kwentuhan ulit tayo soon. Always remember, may kasama ka lagi sa paghanap ng mga sagot sa mga paano kung sa buhay. You're valid, you're growing, where sometimes you get love bombed. It might hurt. It might leave you confused. But allow this opportunity to let you grow in love kasi hindi ka kailanman sayang. You deserve the kind of life and the kind of love you want.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.